Hello, welcome to the Local Cup 2023. Today we have 3 matches. We'll start with RURCZAK versus COBRA, and we will follow with Ro40 versus MECEX, and then first round of 32 match, PEYTON versus BERGTROLL. RURCZAK, seed 29, qualified with a score of 565,000. COBRA, seed 36, qualified with 538,000. COBRA already played one match. He beat the IW 5-1 the round of 48. For RURCZAK, this is going to be first match of the tournament. take a peek at the brackets. Round of 48 has already been concluded. This is round of 40 match. RURCZAK versus COBRA. The winner of the tournament of this match is gonna face Gunter in the round of 32. After this match, we are going to have Ro40 versus MECEX, also round of 40. The winner of that match will face Alex H in the round of 32. And then we have PEYTON versus BERGTROLL, round of 32 match. Which winner is going to face Tugi in the round of 24. See, both players are live warming up the match. Could you please tell me if you can do same piece sets? Right, RURCZAK can do them, and as far as I remember, COBRA can as well. Right, both players can do as same piece sets, so let's draw the seed. Here it is, EB5AE6. Okay, on my end, everything's ready to win the match. Oh, and the both players are ready as well. So we can start the first game of the match in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. It's all the starting matches, best of 9, all 18, only das. Oh, here. After it started, RURCZAK ready with a Tetris, COBRA now follows. Now both plays with 2 Tetris and COBRA has to go for a bit of a center well. We're going to see he's gonna stay with it, and I guess will be kind of forced to due to this massive tower on the right. Still fine though. Nothing too serious as for now. But in the meantime, RURCZAK managed to already make up for a 2 Tetris lead. COBRA still kind of digging now. Finally open. Getting 1 Tetris and RURCZAK getting Tetris as well. So RURCZAK maintains this almost 2 Tetris lead. At PAL 18, games are pretty short. 2 Tetris lead. It's much more than it may seem. Still RURCZAK in a bit of burning to do. Shouldn't have any trouble. This looks very time consuming actually. A lot of alternating holes. Let's see if he will be able to get one of those fitting pieces as he manages to bring it all down. But COBRA didn't manage to take any advantage of that. Only made up for like half a Tetris in the meantime. And with quite a messy board, unable to score any Tetris at the moment, RURCZAK still maintains this about 1.5 Tetris lead, and COBRA is burning. RURCZAK now with this Tetris made it a bit over 2 Tetris lead. COBRA still digging, still burning. Hangs a piece into that, unfortunately gets another one just after, so that there will be no trouble. It misdrops yet another piece, and RURCZAK yet 1 more Tetris more in the lead with this one, yet another one. Misses the spin. Is he going to set up aggressively? No. Perhaps he knows he has this huge lead of about 80,000 points now. COBRA keeps burning. He's unable to get out of this big situation. Nevertheless, maintaining the board pretty low, but he's already 100,000 points behind. That's a huge lead for RURCZAK, which is going to be impossible to be chased down by COBRA if RURCZAK keeps playing like he's playing now. Now, full 4 Tetris lead for RURCZAK over COBRA. Player's getting yet another one, but the 19 speed is coming. About 40 lines to the transition for both players, both with exactly the same lines per moment, and RURCZAK still almost 100,000 points ahead. COBRA with yet another misdrop, and now with a Hank on the left, this is gonna be tricky. Gets this J, which is gonna solve the problems, but still over all 100,000 points behind, and now in a very serious situation. To be honest, I don't think he will survive it. This right seems completely blocked to me. He tops out with 263,000 points. So RURCZAK takes the first game. RURCZAK, please play it out. It's very close to the 19 speed. Block up. All the 19 speed Mullins are strongly encouraged. He decides to put out or just stops out. we've lost RURCZAK's screen, game screen. Well, it looks like me breaking things works for other people stuff as well. Yeah, let's break anything. Now the seed is FC. And increment the first two digits. And RURCZAK is ready as well, so we'll start the second game in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Well, they started both with some weird holes on the left. RURCZAK is the first to set up for the second Tetris. Both boards are far from perfect. Still, they both managed to get the second Tetris, and COBRA misdrops now. This misdrop is gonna slow him down a bit. Will he want to switch to the right immediately? I guess so. And he does it. But in the meantime, RURCZAK already managed to pull 2 Tetris ahead almost. It again is very late for RURCZAK. Keeps maintaining it. Still about 2 Tetris lead for RURCZAK now with a misdrop. That's gonna slow him down, and he didn't know what to do with that T on the right. Gets the pieces to open it. Fortunately for him, will be able to survive it truly. It's a chance for COBRA, which he takes. Now, just a few thousand points of a difference, and COBRA with this Tetris has taken the lead, and RURCZAK takes it back immediately. RURCZAK is a few lines ahead COBRA in the game. That's where this few thousand points difference comes from. RURCZAK with a slightly better pace, especially given COBRA's board. Oh, he doesn't decide to switch or meet up on the right. That was kind of missed decision, I believe. But fortunately he gets long bow. Is he going to go dirty? Oh, he doesn't. That's interesting solve, but worked out very well for COBRA. Expect such a long bow on the 9th column out of nowhere. Quite aggressive, but worked out perfectly. COBRA now with almost a Tetris lead. RURCZAK now with a back-to-back Tetris, getting a 30,000 points lead. So COBRA now 7 lines behind RURCZAK. That's strange. RURCZAK was not that much ago behind in lines. Now COBRA is, and RURCZAK at this very point with about 2 Tetris lead out of nowhere. Both players on a pretty reasonable pace this time. RURCZAK 3,000 and 27,085 lines. COBRA 300 and 3,000 points. at 84 lines. So RURCZAK still maintaining this about 2 Tetrises lead. But now 6 lines ahead. This can make a difference. Now COBRA with this Tetris and RURCZAK with yet another Tetris. RURCZAK is very successful in maintaining this 1 Tetris lead, but this is not a safe lead by any means, especially on PAL. And just that those last 2 Tetrises may change quite a lot. RURCZAK had to block the well. Goes for this aggressive T placement. That was very aggressive actually. Needs something to burn on the right and has no double well. No way to set it up. Needs a Lomba right now. RURCZAK is in huge trouble. Gets the Lomba finally. COBRA now. Now COBRA very high. I think that was quite some drought for both players. We have same piece sets. This may be the reason. COBRA also getting the Tetris. RURCZAK now with a bit over a Tetris lead. COBRA getting the Tetris. Now RURCZAK with half a Tetris lead, and COBRA takes the lead at the 120 lines point for both players. COBRA had a lead of a few thousand points, maybe about 10. RURCZAK setting up for the center well for the kill screen play, and COBRA a lot of mess on his bot. That's gonna be pretty difficult, and RURCZAK will be able to set up for a Tetris. COBRA in huge trouble. COBRA will not survive that transition surely, but what will be his top out score? Still fighting. RURCZAK also still fighting. RURCZAK will be the first to top out. I believe no, COBRA tops out. RURCZAK takes the game. Wow, that was quite a close finish. Quite unfortunate ending for COBRA. Pretty sure he could have taken those 2 last Tetrises. But got into that dig. That was it. Very close game. RURCZAK finally able to deliver this about 1.5 Tetris lead. At the very end. And both players are ready for the third game, which starts in 3, 2, 1 Tetris. RURCZAK now with a 2-0 lead. COBRA really wants to win this one. Falling 3-0 behind best of 9 match. It's gonna be very difficult to overcome. Both players started relatively cleanly, but able to score the second Tetris. Now they both get second Tetrises. COBRA already with the third. It's almost ready for the yet another Tetris when getting the second one. So early Tetris lead for COBRA this time. Still very early days, of course. COBRA yet again misdropping. It's COBRA with a lot of like final misdrops. Low on the board, just one column. Able to move them the place he wants them to go. Is he going to, oh, that's an interesting key. I think that was a misrotation. Or just some terrible stacking mistake. I would rather say that was a rotation error. This is an opportunity for RURCZAK now, as COBRA has to dig a bit. And COBRA is actually getting pretty high. That's getting pretty dangerous. Needs something to bear. And oh, what happened to RURCZAK? RURCZAK tops out of nowhere. COBRA takes the game already. We've completely missed this stop out, but I guess, judging from this L on the right, must have thought it would have burned, but it didn't. That high in the boat was it immediately. Cobra takes his first game. Avoids this 3-10 lead, and both is ready. So the next game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Very unfortunate for RURCZAK. Expression painting. This is stuff that happens sometimes, fortunately. For this match, I've been hoping for some extensive 19 play. Hasn't arrived so far, but both players truly capable of that. This very game. Both starting with 2 Tetrises, once again, very similar in those stacking skills. RURCZAK managing to get a lead of 1 Tetris, and Cobra hangs a T on the left. With this number brings it down, so it will be fine. Gets the number, perfect number to the left. Oh, that's quite an aggressive solution, but worked out perfectly. So now we are basically exactly even. 30 lines. Cobra's surely the more aggressive player of the two. Overall, it rather seems to work out, but Cobra with this misdrop, this is gonna be a very long dig, I'm afraid. A lot of alternating holes to open. Most likely he's gonna have to create some additional ones. Yes, here's the first one. This is gonna take quite some time. That's a golden opportunity for RURCZAK to get away with the lead, which already is 1 Tetris lead. And RURCZAK not getting the Lombards, finally getting one. Sets up for yet now. Oh, decides not to set up immediately. It's interesting. Cobra still digging. Will be out very soon. Will Cobra go for this dirty? Well, it's yet another interesting solution. Would have opened up, but decided to go for the dependency, and then didn't go for the Tetris. It cost him some further burn, so Cobra is out, but RURCZAK with a 3 Tetris lead. Very healthy lead for RURCZAK halfway through. RURCZAK actually in quite a good pace. 77 at 69 lines. Cobra 204 at 69 lines, but Cobra getting back-to-back Tetris, which makes him gain 1 Tetris back. Now still only 2 ahead. RURCZAK is. No player is playing very clean this game. Previous game every single time. Finally something didn't work out for Cobra. Let's hope that this time it's not the case. RURCZAK fighting with kind of drought, and Cobra getting very high. Guys, this great L for the triple. Now RURCZAK is the one to play very aggressive and hangs at an L on the left. He needs a Lomba right now. It's a Lomba or top out for RURCZAK. Gets the Lomba. Still, now RURCZAK will be in a long burn. Assuming he will survive it at all. Oh, with those hangs, that is gonna be pretty difficult to survive. He needs a Lombard to the right, and I think he will have to quick tap it. Oh no, with that S, it seems to be game over. He hangs Lomba. That's gonna be it. RURCZAK tops out. Cobra, you need to get to 383,000 points. 383,000 points is the score to get. 1 more Tetris will do. Pretty sure he can't really line it out, but with this Tetris, that's enough. Cobra takes the game. Cobra, please. Play it out if you wish. You would love to see some 19 play. Just 6 lines to the 19 speed. Oh, that's gonna be difficult. Although, still perfectly survivable. Very wise decision to leave this hole on the right. He's gonna go for the Tetris. Yes, he goes for the Tetris. That was a very smart solution by Cobra. Now he will top out a score of 422,000 points. So we're even. And Cobra is ready. Or RURCZAK is ready. Next game starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. RURCZAK was 2-0 ahead. Lost 2 games. 2 with kind of early top outs. In top outs early before playing the full game. Cobra takes this opportunity very nicely. Again, both players starting very cleanly. Just as I said it, Cobra had to cover the well. So there will be no trouble. But RURCZAK already took this opportunity. 1 Tetris ahead very early in the game. Cobra takes it back. Cobra once again with some weird decision. We'll have to dig a bit, so RURCZAK yet again will be able to get an early lead, which is now at almost 2 Tetrises. Both players open, both players clean now. RURCZAK with 3 Tetris lead at this very moment. Cobra now made it to Cobra yet again. Those bombas on the 9th column are often very tricky. That's why you very often avoid them in the tournament. It's like it's very safe on the one hand. On the other hand, if you don't get the pieces to follow, may end up burning like 4 lines, and it's like here 4 lines, there 4 lines. Cobra is very high. Cobra in quite some trouble decides not to open immediately. Now fighting for survival, that's gonna be very complicated. Needs something to the right at this very moment. That's a great survival by Cobra. It looks like he will be able to survive it. Wow. It's open. Now needs something to burn. Hangs a piece on the left, but can get this triple, gets this triple. Will survive it, gets a Tetris, but in the meantime, RURCZAK with an almost 100,000 points lead. Once again, on a very good pace as for a tournament game. RURCZAK about 4 Tetrises ahead of Cobra. That survival by Cobra was really great. It was all extremely tight. RURCZAK keeps maintaining the almost 100,000 points lead, but RURCZAK with some trouble. RURCZAK needs to burn and get this double, get the Lomba. Now over 100,000 points ahead. Both players in the dig, but RURCZAK in a much less serious one. Cobra just out of nowhere finds himself in those digs. Not playing bad by any means, but score-wise, it's not gonna be enough, unfortunately for him. RURCZAK, despite all those digs, 100,000 points ahead of Cobra. Now Cobra made up for one of those Tetrises. And just playing, bringing this game safe to the kill screen is gonna be enough for RURCZAK to take it, thanks to this lead made during the game. Cobra starts going very aggressive because he had to, and it looks like this is gonna be it. Cobra tops out. RURCZAK takes the game. That was a very wise decision by Cobra, though. Trying to go very aggressive, being 100,000 points behind. That late in the game. RURCZAK on quite some pace, actually. Let's see if he manages to get 100k, 500k game out of it. Possible on 18 still, but I'm pretty sure he will prefer not to risk too much. Go for 19 speed play. But with this misdrop of the O, I'm afraid it's gonna be very difficult to just survive the transition. Still possible though. Need to make something or create something on the left to survive it. Wasn't able to eventually. Still, the game has been won. So and both players are ready for the next game, which starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Both players started. RURCZAK started with 2 Tetrises, COBRA started with 3. Something must have happened to COBRA's camera. Can't see his face, no hands. It's fine. We're gonna take care of that after this game. COBRA still with almost a Tetris lead. Both players with really not optimal boards. COBRA is too high. RURCZAK needs to dig. COBRA gets out of it, but in the meantime RURCZAK managed to get an almost 2 Tetris lead. Both players with clean stacks. COBRA playing very nicely at the moment. Almost 300k, 61 lines. Next Tetris will be the 300k. So RURCZAK about 5 Tetris behind actually. COBRA quite some lead. Both players playing very well at the moment. just as I said, that RURCZAK is going to find himself in quite a serious dig. COBRA almost 100k ahead. This is gonna be very difficult for RURCZAK to overcome. We're now set up the third con. These drops, but that lead is really huge. That's over 100,000 points lead for COBRA, about 6 Tetrises in the lead. RURCZAK now misses the spin. I believe that might have lost the game for him. Now in huge trouble, very high up. Heads the L to the left. Will he be able to survive it? With this Hank, I don't think so. Too many Hanks. COBRA takes the game. COBRA, please play it out. That's a really great score. Really great pace. Getting a Tetris in my well. Now 500k. I think he will try to transition safely, and he does it. Now let's see how far he can go. Starting very nicely. This wide play, I wasn't able to bring this all to the left. That's gonna be costly. It's gonna be the end of the game, fortunately. But the game's been won. We're level at 3 each. RURCZAK is ready. And COBRA is ready as well. So the next game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Both players with pretty rough start. COBRA is the first to recover. And this means an early 1 Tetris lead for him. COBRA with series of hanks on the left, now in the middle. This board looks catastrophic pace-wise. Will survive it, but that's gonna be a long dig for COBRA. RURCZAK also in quite some trouble. It's a golden opportunity for RURCZAK, and COBRA he will just stop out. Oh no, just the series of misdrops turned out to get worse and worse over time. RURCZAK takes the game. Ready. will be very, very happy. You won't have to take out of that because RURCZAK was completely broken, but both players suddenly get in a huge dig situation. RURCZAK very lucky not having to dig through all of that. COBRA, could you please take a look what happened to your camera? Right, here we have it. RURCZAK, they didn't fall to 3. It's just one more game. Finish off the match. COBRA needs to win both the remaining games. COBRA is ready. And RURCZAK is ready. So the 8th game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Both players setting the first Tetris up, literally identical. Had some great adjustment there. Wasn't able to make it. And made a hole, but no, it's out of it. Fine. COBRA with a 3 Tetris start. RURCZAK already in the dig. COBRA with 4 Tetris in a row to begin with. Yet another aggressive number on the 9th column. That's a new strat. This time it will not work, I'm afraid. COBRA tops out. RURCZAK, you need to get to 92,000 points in order to win the match. 92,000 points. Two more Tetrises will do. Here's one, just 5 more thousand points. This setup doesn't need Tetris actually, triple will do, and with this triple, RURCZAK wins the game. RURCZAK, please play it out. I would love to see you play. I still have to put all the scores in the statistics. That would be great to buy me some time in this way, and viewers can still watch. COBRA, very unfortunate with those 2 last games. Popping out of nowhere, both of them. RURCZAK getting close to the transition. Looks like we'll transition at a mid 400k score. Eight lines left. Is gonna go for the last Tetris or not? I think he will, because the setup is great. Can still get a triple. Goes for this double. Very well done, and gets the last Tetris. And very wise not setting up for. But right, well, 19-1. In those lombas in the middle. Now the left is becoming very difficult to maintain. That's gonna be it for RURCZAK. Tops out at 475,000, reaching the only level 20 of the match. Very well done. RURCZAK wins the match. RURCZAK defeats COBRA 5-3. Now in the round of 32, he will face Gunther. List of players. COBRA, you did very well. Just those two last stop outs. Here we have the match stats. COBRA, quite unfortunate. All the games COBRA lost were relatively early top outs. And all the games he won. Oh, sorry, I missed something. All the games relatively early top outs. He lost one with 465,000 points. Enough for a pretty high average losing score. One of the best cats in the tournament. RURCZAK, especially with those last two games. It's clear he was the better player today. So that was our first match. Now it's time to go to the second one. We have ROCCORICCI versus MECEX. ROCCORICCI, seed 26, qualified with a score of 573,000. MECEX, everybody knows what happens in that infamous call. Getting through a PEYTON in the round of 56, called 5-4, then defeating Quiz in the round of 48, 5-3. Now we face ROCCORICCI. MECEX nevertheless with a pretty low average losing score and average losing lines. Score much higher than that. We'll see how he does today. But at the very moment, let's take a quick break. We still have like 10 minutes till the scheduled time, so we'll be back in about 6 minutes. Hello, Ryan. Welcome back from the break. Let's see if the players are already live. Their Twitch accounts. As far as I can see, they aren't yet. So in the meantime, Ro40, representing the Netherlands. It's hit 26 in this tournament. It's his first match. ROCCORICCI, CTP Tier 2 champion. Round 2, CTEC 2022. And the late rotator MECEX. Seat 55. It's an NPC 20 max out 1.6 pp. And who lost to bowling. Hello, Ro40. Tetris Jim V3. I'm afraid I'm not familiar with the technology. Could you please let me know what's the difference? One I have to honestly admit I don't know the difference between them. I knew that there are some different versions of them. I guess V3 is not everything yet, just completely different. Yes, but does it mean the piece sets are different? Right, so we're gonna check if MECEX can play on that. If not, we will just not do SPS this match. Right, the time has come. ROCCORICCI is already live, MECEX is not live yet. So let's try to bring him here. Oh, hello, MECEX. I was just about to thank you the server, and that's great. We'll wait.
All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain.
MECEX, I can't see you live. Actually, I believe Tilbax had the same problem yesterday. I believe there was a OBS update or something like this. Okay, now I see you. Both players are alive. So let's switch to the match scene. Here it is, yet another round of voting match, so still best of 9. Only Paldas. Only 18 starts. MECEX ROCCORICCI can only do SPS version 3, Tetris Gym version 3. Do you have this technology? Alright. So then, this will be random seed match. And MECEX is already ready for the first game. ROCCORICCI is ready as well, so we can start the match in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. MECEX starting with quite a spire in the middle of the board. This might be pretty difficult if he doesn't get pieces to the sides. MECEX doesn't get them, finally gets some. But ROCCORICCI in the meantime already 2 Tetris ahead. Now made it 3, ROCCORICCI with a very strong start, while MECEX with a struggle start, still not getting any Lombas, finally getting one. Getting the first Tetris. MECEX once again. Quite some trouble. This time that's a lot of trouble. MECEX is in a very serious situation. MECEX will top out. MECEX tops out with 60,420 points, so ROCCORICCI takes the first game. And both is ready for the second game, which starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. MECEX yet again starting with a pretty messy board. We'll have to take a few burns. Now with a Lombard dependency in the middle and a huge spire, that looks very dangerous for MECEX. Oh no, what's happening? It's getting only worse. That's gonna be it again. MECEX tops out with less than a Tetris worth of score. Ro40 takes the game. The misdrop curse is back. Both is ready. Third game starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. MECEX with a very rough start, scoring only 2 Tetrises total in the first 2 games. Really needs to step up on the game. Ro40 hangs a piece on the right. Oh no! Has the Lomba at the very last moment. I think that was a quick tap. That's yet another one. He will survive it, but he was literally one piece away from topping out. No, still in a very serious situation. Needs yet another Lomba. He'll be very high for quite some time now. This pot is a pace disaster, even if he survives it. MECEX has a great chance to pull like literally 200k ahead. This will be a very long dig by Ro40 surely. MECEX playing on the left, and Ro40 doing a great job digging out. These drops that Lomba makes Tetris still in quite some dig. Maybe I over-exaggerated a bit with that 200k, but like well over 100k surely. MECEX is already 100k ahead of Ro40. Going for the left wheel, not a bad idea on par 18 actually. Especially if you're not sure about spins. MECEX will get in big. Ricky going for those central Tetrises. Very interesting strategy. Doesn't work out so well as for now though. Still in a massive dig. MECEX getting yet another Tetris and now yet another 130,000 points ahead of Ro40 now. MECEX is. Ro40 finally got out of this massive dig, but this time into yet another one. It's a total suffer game for him. Oh, and this one doesn't look so nice. He hangs some pieces in the middle. I'm afraid that's gonna be it for Ro40, and it is. Tops out, MECEX takes the game. Total suffer game for MECEX. Let's see if MECEX plays this out. Decide not to. And both is ready. So the fourth game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Both players with a very clean start compared to the previous games this time. Just as I said that Ro40ricci's board all fell apart entirely. This is a deck similar to the one had the previous game. MECEX already takes the chance. 2 Tetrises ahead very early in the game. Will Rocco set up for this Tetris? Third Tetris? No, he decides not to. Slowly but surely bringing down. MECEX now in trouble as well, with getting 2 perfect pieces. That's gonna help a lot. Still Dick hasn't managed to get too much of the lead. Actually, MECEX will top out. MECEX tops out. Rocco, you need to get to 146,000 points in order to win this game. One more Tetris will do. Just 9 more thousand points. And here it is. Rocco takes the game. And both players are ready. Next game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. MECEX needs to start scoring higher. His early top outs truly won't be enough against Rocco, who is now 3-1 ahead. So if he wins just one more game, MECEX is gonna have to win all the remaining 4 in order to stay in the tournament. MECEX already with a miss drop. This isn't too serious though. Will be fine very soon-ish. Oh, decides not to get this double. It's a pretty difficult start for both the players, pace-wise. Rocco didn't have DAS to bring this number to the left. Both players with quite a lot of DAS issues so far. Now we're basically even in score. MECEX with this Tetris, about 1 Tetris ahead. Playing on the center, on the third con, which kind of gets out of control. Now against control back. That's the Tetris. This doesn't burn though, so the burn will take some more time. Manages to get all the Tetrises though. It's rise in efficiency. Now MECEX is about 1 Tetris ahead of ROCCORICCI. Rocco just took the lead. So this Tetris and MECEX takes it back. So we are Sweden and Finland yet again. Finally, both players kind of found their rhythms. ROCCORICCI once again in quite some dig. Not too serious, but this is gonna take some time to open all those holes. It's yet another misdrop by ROCCORICCI. A lot of misdrops, a lot of hangs on the left side. Not only by him, but in this tournament overall. And now Rocco is in quite a serious situation, but gets both pieces to the sides. All the perfect pieces he needed, actually. Now it will be fine. Let's see what we can do now. It's about 3.5 Tetrises behind at the moment. MECEX has to go for the center well, there to center well. Gets the Tetris. Rocco now about 4 Tetrises behind, I guess. Now MECEX made it 5. MECEX with almost 100,000 points lead, so Rocco needs to really go very aggressive if he doesn't want to have to chase on the 19 speed. That's gonna be very difficult to overcome though. MECEX still maintaining this 100,000 points lead. MECEX getting yet another Tetris. Seems to be so far away that the score, nothing is gonna stop him. Rocco going more and more aggressive, but MECEX also not slowing down. 115,000 points ahead. That's a very huge lead. Still maintaining it. Rocco, some imperfections on his board. But now Rocco will top out with this hang. MECEX takes the game. Let's see how far MECEX will go. That's a very decent pace. 550 for MECEX. And here it will be it. MECEX takes the game and gets the highest score of the tournament so far. 553,000. Both is already. The 6th game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Both players started with 3 Tetrises, now Rocco adds the 4th one. MECEX still just 3. MECEX in quite some trouble. Misses the attack! Oh no, this left is very dangerous. He needs something to the left right now, gets the T, but still that's a very high dig. Very complicated one. I don't think there's way out of it. MECEX will top out once again. Rocco takes the game. Bot plays are ready. The 7th game starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. MECEX is in a very serious situation now. Needs to win all the remaining 3 games just to stay in the tournament. Rocco needs just one more to kick MECEX out of the tournament and advance to the round of 32, where Alex H is waiting. This match MECEX played 2 full games, not necessarily full, both won by a huge margin, and 4 very early top outs. 22 lines, 7 lines, 35 lines, 19 lines. Those are not the scores you can beat Rocco with. Sure, MECEX knows it, but easier said than done. Rocco not on huge bases in any of those games either. Struggling quite a lot with those misdrops, but unfortunately for MECEX, with every single next game, Rocco will misdrop less and less, and now MECEX needs to win all the remaining 3. In this game, he's already 4 Tetris ahead, and Rocco once again in quite some trouble. MECEX with this Tetris 100,000 points ahead. Another very strong start for MECEX, but this huge tower in the middle for MECEX. What's MECEX doing all this time? Some crazy stacking, which turns out not to be too effective. Rocco now with a clean board, MECEX digging, that's Rocco's chance. Pretty sure he will make up for like 1 or 2 Tetrises at least. Already made up for 1. And here's the second one, perfect transform. MECEX is out. Rocco, now the lead is about 3 Tetrises, so damage reduced a lot. MECEX 230 at 62 lines, Rocco 187 at 63 lines. MECEX with another Tetris, now yet another one. Even by 4 once again, that's all Tetris for you. 18 pal. Just literally a few seconds and 3 Tetris are there. MECEX maintains the 4 Tetris lead now. Rocco still trying his best. MECEX in a little bit of a dig now, needs a long bar. Gets the long bar, that would help a lot. ROCCORICCI reduced the lead to 3 Tetrises, but MECEX immediately getting yet another one. It's 4 Tetrises lead for MECEX. I'm afraid Rocco is gonna have to step up on the aggression if he wants to win this game before kill screen, I mean level 19. And this bot is not looking good for ROCCORICCI by any means. MECEX will soon be back on the 100,000 points lead. Set for the Tetris for it, and Rocco is slowly running out of lines. He really needs to do something now. MECEX still leads by 4 Tetrises and Rocco has only 29 lines left. Yet another Tetris for MECEX. That's a very serious situation for Rocco. He needs to go all in. The stack is also not ready for 19 transition. Rocco does the best he can, but MECEX in a really great pace, 470 at 116 lines, and Rocco now in huge trouble. That's gonna be game over surely. There's no way Rocco overcomes this score. Rocco tops out. MECEX takes the game. So the first step has been done. Now 2 to go for MECEX. Let's see if MECEX manages to survive this transition. It doesn't look like it, unfortunately. Stops out. MECEX, I'm not sure what you're asking about. And Bob is ready. So the 8th game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. MECEX with a very messy start. Wanted to double tack the S, but misses the tack at all, creating like a triple hole. That's a terrible start for MECEX pace-wise. Rocco can get a 100,000 points lead surely very early in the game. That's a disaster for MECEX actually. I've been to win this game. Rocco ready, 2 Tetris ahead, setting up for the 3rd. MECEX cannot even set up. Double Lombard dependency, now a triple dependency. It's looking very serious. Rocco now with about 2 Tetris leads. Actually, MECEX burned so many singles that it made up for 1 Tetris, I believe. Yeah. MECEX is about to get out of the dig, and actually, Rocco hasn't quite managed to get too much of an advantage of it. Only 3 Tetrises. I mean, 3 Tetris is quite a lot, but considering how absolutely horrible MECEX board was, it's fair to say it's very little damage done. MECEX is now setting up for a center well. Couldn't control it, now it's gotten out of hand completely. MECEX will top out. MECEX is out of the tournament. Just like that, yet another airy top out for MECEX. Oh no. Rocco, you won the game and the match. Please play it out. Would love to see some 19 play by you. Rocco, unfortunately, with item bot close to the transition, will be able to bring it down time. It's a really nice dirty Tetris here. Will he be able to survive the transition? It looks very complicated, unfortunately. Survives, starting very nicely. Clean board. This left looks very terrible now. Rocco tops out, but he wins the game and the match. 5-3, eliminating MECEX from the tournament. Now advances to the round of 32, where he will face Alex H. Already in the round of 32, we will have a classic. Next match we'll play will be the first round of 32 match of the tournament. That will be PEYTON versus BERGTROLL. Let's take a look at the match statistics. MECEX unfortunately won 3 games with great scores: 420, 429, 553, 498, but 5 early top outs lost the match. Highest score on those top outs was less than 150,000 points. Unfortunately, you can't compete with such scores with Rocco. Rocco also not in his very best game, but well enough to defeat MECEX, topping out so much. They surely have to step up his game a bit if he wants to beat Alex H as well. As the classic would say, you need to train more. Right, that would be it for that match. ROCCORICCI advances to the round of 32. MECEX has been eliminated from the tournament. Now we will have the first round of 32 match. PEYTON versus BERGTROLL. Hello BERGTROLL. PEYTON seed 19 qualified with a score of 599. BERGTROLL seed 30 qualified with a score of 558. Starting the round of 40, defeated Iceblade found to there. Hello, Peyton. Oh, as I see, both players are already here. If you want, we can start a bit earlier, in just like about 7 minutes. If not, we can start as scheduled in 17 minutes. Right, so let me just get a very short break, like 5-6 minutes to set everything up, and we will start whenever you want. Hello, welcome back from the break. Hello, Ryan. Super hype matchup between two amazing people. Of course, Peyton, seed 19, one of those unlucky players who missed the 600k qual by just a tiny bit. Peyton, Gunter, Yanni, and RURCZAK. The first round of 32 match. Peyton versus BERGTROLL. The winner is gonna face Tugi in the round of 24. Peyton CTWC 2022 silver bracket commentator, CWC 2021 bronze bracket third place, classic Tetris teams August 2022 champion, and BERGTROLL, who lost against Tidnef in both CTWC DAS and CTP DAS. Let's hope today is the day of their victories. It's the first match for Peyton and the second one for BERGTROLL, already defeated Iceblade in the round of 40. I see both players already live. I guess Peyton doesn't have that technology to SPS, but I will just ask. I will still ask just in case he has. Alright, so this will be a random seed match. No worries. And Peyton's ready. BERGTROLL ready as well. So the match starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Both plays started. Peyton already with Tetris. And BERGTROLL soon follows. Peyton already with a bit of trouble on the left, but managed to fix it very nicely. Very curious how Peyton will decide to play this match. Going like full all in on 18, or maybe just solid scores. Sure, he doesn't play Paul normally. Nowadays everyone kind of plays more NTSC to so few tournaments, but here this Local Cup, also CTP plays. If you're new to all Tetris, haven't heard of it so far, haven't got a chance to join, here we have the link to the Discord. If you want to see the full bracket of the Local Cup, you can find it under this link. And in this tournament we have a prize pool, Matrino prize pool, with the top 8 getting paid. If you wanna contribute to it, here's the link, know what to do. Currently it is at $566.66. In the game, Peyton in about 2 Tetris lead. BERGTROLL with this Tetris makes it only 1, but Peyton getting 1 more immediately, so maintaining the 2 Tetris lead. Both players with not the cleanest of the boards. Quite interesting if Peyton will decide to play one of the grounds. I think that is what he will do. Oh, he decides to switch the well. That's a nice decision, because it will most likely allow him to bring it all back down, which is the thing he does. And BERGTROLL still on a very clean board, but now well over a Tetris behind, like 1.5 around about. Peyton with this Tetris going ahead. BERGTROLL is a few lines behind though, like 4 to 7 lines behind depending on the state of the boards. So pace wise it's just like a 1 Tetris lead for Peyton. Both players starting very nicely. It's already round of 32. That's what you would expect from them. Not crazy scores so far, but very solid game. It's very important, especially with the games being so short. Now Peyton with this double hole, that may be pretty complicated. Yes, he had to create this dependency, but still manages to maintain the 2 Tetris lead. BERGTROLL now in a bit of a drought, gets the Tetris, reduces the lead to like 1.5. Peyton 432 at 111 lines, BERGTROLL 386 at 106 lines. So that's definitely a lead for Peyton, but it isn't safe by any means, and this is not an SPS match. So we may get some different numbers on the finish. Peyton playing very aggressive, very cleanly. BERGTROLL also very nice game. Peyton already with 500k. Still has time for one more Tetris. BERGTROLL has time for only 3, so BERGTROLL with this Tetris of Peyton will have to play on 19, while Peyton himself plays on 19 already, starting very cleanly. Very nice start on 19 for Peyton. Really great play. BERGTROLL now set up for the last Tetris. He needs quite a lot of 19 play though. BERGTROLL's transition. Peyton's bot is getting out of control completely. Peyton will top out BERGTROLL. Oh, this is very difficult with this Hank. That's gonna be very difficult to survive. He needs something to both right and left at the moment. Doesn't put the L to the left. That's gonna be it from Peyton. Sorry for BERGTROLL. But we have a double 500k game. First of the tournament. Peyton takes the first game. Oh, the best game of the tournament so far, surely. First double 500k. And Peyton is ready as well, so the second game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. This time, BERGTROLL, starting with a pretty messy board, manages to take care of that, but needs a number of side to burn at least. PEYTON already managed to score 3 Tetrises, so very early in the game it's a 2 Tetris lead for PEYTON. Just due to this slow start by BERGTROLL, but of course those are very early days. Happens quite a lot. Oh, what was that? It was like a serious mischief by BERGTROLL. Or... Oh, but BERGTROLL hangs a piece! That's gonna be it! BERGTROLL tops out. PEYTON takes the game. It was a very unfortunate misdrop by BERGTROLL. There was immediately nothing he could do, really. So unlucky. BERGTROLL is ready for the second game, and PEYTON is ready as well. So the third game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. After a very strong and relatively very close first game, BERGTROLL topping out in the second game. Now he kind of really needs to win this one. If he was 3-0 behind, will be in very serious situation going to the fourth game. PEYTON in quite some trouble. Will be able to survive, of course, but he doesn't get any pieces to burn. Now getting very, very high. Needs something to the left, something to the right. Misdrops that out on the left. Still can survive, but with this T on the right, I don't think that the right will be ever accessible. PEYTON tops out with less than a Tetris dwarf over the score. What's happening? Oh no, the curse is back. The misdrop, the early top out curse. BERGTROLL takes the game. PEYTON is ready. And BERGTROLL is ready, so the fourth game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Both players gifted each other in the last 2 games. Very early top outs by both. Both the opportunities taken, obviously. This time, a very clean start. BERGTROLL unable to score Tetris so far though. Not getting the long boss, quite some drought, but finally gets it. PEYTON going very aggressively. That's pretty interesting. Oh, that J is really aggressive. I wonder if he hasn't started to feel too confident about the game. So far, works out very well. Ready with 4 Tetrises, BERGTROLL only with 2 and digging. BERGTROLL, I just didn't look for a second, and BERGTROLL is once again in huge trouble on his board. It's a piece to burn right now. Oh no! That's gonna be it once again, I believe. It's a massive quick tap to the right. He doesn't get it. BERGTROLL tops out. BERGTROLL is ready. And PEYTON is ready. Next game starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. BERGTROLL is in a huge danger zone. Ready 1, 2, 3. Behind. Really needs to win this game. Otherwise he'll have to win all the remaining 4. Both players after this first game, it's quite amazing. It's like the composite score of the third, second, third, and fourth game altogether. What happened to Bert once again? Is it it's not survivable once? Oh no! BERGTROLL tops out with less than half a Tetris worth of the score. PEYTON takes the game. Has 4 match points now. BERGTROLL is ready, and PEYTON is ready as well. So next game starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. BERGTROLL is like a performance fall down. He literally scored like almost twice as many points in the first game than in the next 4 altogether. Not even 100 lines combined in the last 4 games. PEYTON is not in a safe spot, nevertheless. BERGTROLL starts getting those 500Ks once again. Will take a lot of effort for PEYTON to win, but leading 4-1 is on a very comfortable lead now. Small chances BERGTROLL cannot afford mistakes anymore. PEYTON starts with a very complicated board. That's BERGTROLL's chance. BERGTROLL is now almost Tetris behind. With this board of PEYTON, has the opportunity he needs. PEYTON in quite some trouble on the left, fighting for this suiting piece, finally gets it. PEYTON going to play 2 of the ground? I think he is. Scores are basically even, but PEYTON, I'm pretty sure that S was a misdrop. Meant it to put it 1 con to the right. No, PEYTON in quite a situation. Nothing couldn't handle. BERGTROLL with about half a Tetris lead at the moment. PEYTON in a huge dig. Not too complicated one in terms of surviving, but those alternating holes are in such a shape that it might take quite a lot of time to get out of it, and I'm not sure if you can afford playing 2 off the ground for the rest of the game. BERGTROLL, although unable to realize that PEYTON with a very aggressive dirty Tetris now gets yet another one. All of a sudden, PEYTON is about to get clean, and BERGTROLL, especially with this S misdrop, is in a huge, serious situation now. PEYTON 100,000 points ahead. This situation is looking terribly bad for BERGTROLL match-wise. PEYTON can entirely outpace BERGTROLL right here just by getting regular Tetrises till the 19 transition. Is over 100,000 points ahead. Now about 130,000 points ahead. BERGTROLL needs to go all in now. Don't see any other chance for him. PEYTON getting yet another Tetris. Almost double the score of BERGTROLL at 90 lines. BERGTROLL trying, but now this is finally set up. He doesn't get any Lombas. Those burns are gonna be costly. Yes, at 100 lines with 220,000. PEYTON is 110 lines with 150,000 point lead. That's looking terribly bad for BERGTROLL. PEYTON with yet another Tetris. PEYTON scores like 2 more Tetrises, that's gonna be it. BERGTROLL trying his best, but the pace, the score is not there. PEYTON setting up once again, getting this Tetris. Well, that's game over. Realistically, there's no way back for BERGTROLL. PEYTON is surely gonna win this game and the match. PEYTON transitions level 19 with high-ish 400k. Will top out very soon. BERGTROLL win transition as well. BERGTROLL, PEYTON tops out. You need to get to 472,000. 472,000 is the score to get. It's not happening. PEYTON takes the game and the match. Very unfortunate match for BERGTROLL. 4 early top outs out of like not so terrible mistakes actually. Completely broke the match for him. So PEYTON advances. BERGTROLL is eliminated from the tournament. Let me just... Oh, what happened to my computer now? I'm breaking things. Part 100. I think I have just broken the bracket spreadsheet. Oh, I have fixed it. That's great. Here we have the bracket updated. Thanks to all the players, of course. Thank you very much for participation. PEYTON now will face Tsugi in the round of 24. What a match that will be. We have already seen how consistent PEYTON was today. Only one very early unlucky top out, which of course can happen in PAL 18 with so many games. I mean, so few, but still 1 and 6 is not too many. All the other games very solid all the time. Give me just like literally 2 minutes, so I will be able to show you final statistics of the match. Thanks for the thanks. BERGTROLL fortunately out of the tournament now. It's 4 unlucky. About yes, Rocco, on the Lolpok Cup server, there is a whole channel dedicated to that, named Statistics. At this very point, it's not up to date because today's matches aren't included in there for now. But yes, we will have them. They are all included in the profiles. For example, this profile isn't updated for now, but this from the previous match, it will all be included, and at the end also all of those will be provided to the players on the server. I kind of wanted to make it like updated all the time, but this would be a complete mess. Sending literally hundreds of screenshots everywhere around Discord, and not only Discord. We'll do it after the tournament finishes. Right, I guess that's it for today. Let's take a look at the bracket of next matches. Round of 40, Smooth vs Giant, Tract vs Eliva, and Jeppe vs Jakub, those 3 German players who couldn't play this weekend due to CWC Germany. Then we have round of 32, Scamper Tailbacks, Gunter RURCZAK, Jani Michu, Alex H. Ro40. Quite some classics. Scamper vs Tailbacks, Gunter vs RURCZAK, Jani vs Michu, Alex H vs Ro40. They are all so stacked. And the first round of 24 match, Tugi vs PEYTON. That is gonna be extremely interesting. This would be it for today. Let's find somebody to raid. PEYTON, are you gonna keep on streaming? I guess not, so let's raid Classic Tetris Wars. Thanks for watching, bye!